During class session, teacher asked me personally in the whole class with a question. In your opinion, are art and design the same? At first, I thought that design was simply that I create my own things and apply them to the face of advertising image. So if you know how to draw or don't know how to draw. Through this course, I realized design is not art. Even design had nothing to do with art. Designers are not artists. If I do design to become a designer in the future, this is a difference I need to be very aware of, but many people still don't see it. The only similarity between art and design is that they both create a visual final product that conveys a certain message. Here is how it goes. Perhaps the most fundamental difference between art and design that I see is their purpose. Through discussion with my classmates, I suddenly realized that everyone had their own perspective on the design industry. But thanks to those meetings, I and my friends understood the complexity and the value and the meaning of each. After every class session, I was able to talk with the teacher and receive countless answers from him to get me on the right track to understand the action of the design. Design is a process of going from an available condition to a preferred condition, and when we observe that process, it is clear that design had nothing to do with art. According to Milton Glaser, an artist will put all his heart into painting a picture to evoke the ability to think, serving the purpose of visual enjoyment of the viewer, and the final product is a work drawn by the artist himself to affirm the artist's vision and talent. Of course, I clearly understand the choice of the artist that makes the painting suddenly valuable. Giving example, Party Admission is Deep and Full, created by Nguyen Duy in 1963. The work was recognized as National Treasure in 2013, currently on display at the Vietnam Fine Arts Museum. On the other hand, for designers, their drawings are hardly the final product, and that is really not wrong at all, because I used to work briefly in the poster and video design in a beauty salon company. I had no experience with designing for a particular aspect, but at the time I simply designed according to my emotion based on the theme of the company. In the process of submitting the final design before the deadline, I had to design over and over again to please the head of our department. My final result are the products created on the basis of drawings and visual information surrounding the company. As for graphic designers or illustrators, drawing are almost a tool to help them come up with ideas, and their final product will be displayed in product or printed advertisement in very large quantities. Work experience and full course with projects. The job of a designer like me is not to invent something new, but to create something that connects what already exists for a purpose. As a result, the work contributes to motivating the affected subject to do something such as buy a product, use a service, access a location, find out certain information, and more. The most successful design has the most effective ways to get their message across. Then it's up to the consumer to do those tasks. Even the company is famous for outside Vietnam, and they bring out control to the whole world. Nguyen Duy, designer and founder, said, "When the world is close to each other, society is more prosperous. When people find their cultural and historical identity, history and culture are very vivid, close to custom of our fathers." Design itself has brought a meaning to express a part of the soul, material, and spiritual values of a country. Through media control, I learned that design had existed and is. At the same time, it has a strong impact on the process and the field of economic activities in Vietnam, such as product packaging, advertising design, trade promotion, design creating an aesthetic environment in production, and more. Designers in Vietnam, whether they like it or not, may have to know about globalization. Vietnam, we now have a professional international network including many different members around the world. In addition, we have an important position in promoting international interaction. And to enter this design profession, it is not easy because the knowledge is too broad and requires certain skills which I was lacking before diving into this course. The first difficulty before writing is finding reliable sources to support my personal opinion. If I want to get a good grade, I have to rely on Google Scholar, which provides deeper theories than basic knowledge online. There are too many sources, that I read that I find it too confusing because it contains many technical words with little content related to the topic I tend to write. In order to build a complete logical article, I need to have sense making. Sense making reinterpret reality as one of the useful actions that people use to deepen their understanding of their world. My comprehension is slower than average person, so if someone asks me the deeper meaning of my design, I probably won't be able to give a profound answer. Besides, using theory properly for analysis is really a challenge for me. It's hard to write even in my mother tongue, but it's 10 times harder for me to write in English. Theory is something that still confuses me the most in the whole course, even though I try to ask advice from my teacher, friends, and SAS, but I feel the meaning is very general and some different opinions together. My learning experience leads me to realize that I know what to look for and do, even a little, but also learn that you can have a great design, but if you can tell the story behind it, it would be like a failure of the bad designers. Always ask yourself, why am I building this? Why is it important? Or what impact will I have on the world? Is it important that you understand before you design? Having a business and the design mindset is very important. So, be ready.